Today on a Commonly Good MTG, we're playing a deck that was sent to me by Alessandro Guerri, something like that. And he said it was his My Surprise deck, which I suspect is probably based upon the card Smuggler Surprise. It's the only one in here that has a surprise. The other thing would be, surprise, it's Atraxa. Let's go get a bunch of really awesome cards. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, what do we got here? We got some ramp, we got some board wipe, we got some pretty awesome green beat down type of guys, and all that sounds pretty dang cool. If this deck sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to a Commonly Good MTG. I am your host. I may be a doctor, but I'm not that kind of doctor, so please stop sending me pictures of your infected junk. Doctor, you can't suck it. Yes, thank you. Film before live studio audience. Thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck that was sent to me by Alessandro Guerri. And he sent it to me 2 days ago, and he said, this is my surprise decks version. So I get the impression that it's referred to as my surprise. And from there we go. So this is literally the deck list he sent in the chat associated with the mono green aggro deck that we played a couple of days ago. And I tried it once. It was really good. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to film a bunch of it. And we'll go out and we'll cause some problems there. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go through the cards in the deck. We'll talk a little bit about how the deck should work. And then we'll go and crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here? We got mill 4 cards and return 2 creatures and or lands from amongst those into your hand. And then you could turn 2 creatures from your hand to the battlefield for 6. And for 2 mana, you can give all your creatures a power of 4 or greater, hexproof and indestructible. So that's what Smuggler Surprise do. Smuggler Surprise is a great card. If you're not familiar with this card, you should start playing with it. It is a great card. Creature enchantment and planeswalker kill. This is goes get you land. If you already got too much land, you can put out a elemental token that is equal to the number of lands you control. Temporary lockdown just gets rid of everything with a mana value of 2 or less. This is mana ramp, and you put out a little human dude, or potentially you get yourself a food token. All right, great. This guy goes and gets you a land, and the way he sits around and does nothing until you got 7 mana on the battlefield, at which point he can actually then attack at that point. He's got vigilance, so fantastic. Attack or block. He can't do anything before that. So he looks like he should be awesome, but he's way more disappointing than you think he would be. Good art, though, by the way. I really like that. Depopulate wipes the board. What do we got here? This guy goes and gets a basic land. You gain 3 life. Otherwise, you can put him out as a 7/7 with reach and ward 3. Vaultborn Tyrant trample. And when he enters the battlefield, or any other creature with a power of 4 or greater enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Then, if he dies, you get a token version of him, except he's also an artifact in addition to his other types. So he's got value, baby. Titan of Industry, you get to pick, 2 of the following. Destroy an artifact or enchantment. Destroy target player gets 5 life. Create a 4/4 Rhino Warrior creature. And put a shield counter on a creature you control. Any 2 of those. And Atraxa, when it hits the battlefield, you get to look at the top 10 cards library. For each card type, you may put 1 of that type into your hand. And so that's, you go basically shopping for what you like. They don't go right into the battlefield, so you got to pay for them. But since you put down 7 as it is to get it out, you should be able to pay for anything you want the next turn. Other than that, we got some man lands, some other dual lands, the ability to kill enchantments and artifacts, and the ability to kill anybody who's blocking. Well, you do 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. All right, so that's it. That's what we got. What are we going to do? We're going to ramp a bunch. We're going to wipe the board, and then eventually we'll start slamming down some big dudes that hopefully they won't be able to handle. All right, that is it. That is the plan. If that sounds good to you, then let's go out and do some damage. Before we do, let's do as we do every night. let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. We were playing against Catalan. K-Tellen. Something like that. Alright, got the Brushlands. Those will hurt. What do we do here? Search, I need 3 mana. Search for a desert. Gotta encourage him to put out more stuff. Alright, so if we're going to get Atraxa, we need black and blue. We got the blue one out. We'll have to fetch black back at some point. That guy, unfortunately, is too big for us. We might just have to depopulate here at some point. We should wait. We'll kill that guy. Alright, we're sitting there. We're cool. Maybe next turn, right? There we go. So we need to get up to 7 before we can start laying out heavy dudes. I mean, 6 is good for the Spinewoods Armadillo. I've been poisoned. There we go, and it's black. That's exactly what we want. Let's lock down. Pick up the red, because why not, right? Alright, so I'm guessing we have to depopulate again. Oh, super. Let's just put out the Tyrant. He can survive a depopulation. You coming at me, yo? Alright, he's just going to make it strong and big. Welcome back. I am too strong for you. Gone. There you go. Toxic McToxerson. And we win! In your face! Jerkwad! Victory! Alright, we are playing against 7C. Keep. Alright, depopulate at 4. You go look for land on this one. Nothing to do for 2 other than kill stuff. I'm not going to waste my armadillo just to go get a land. Got to keep the blood loss low for the moment. Alright, Atraxa. We need ourselves one of these. We have to pick up a blue at some point. Jump! Blue. 1, 2, 3. We got 6. All right, fine. You never know, you need that red, and I got plenty of green and white, I think. Nope, that one. All right, let's see what we got. He's trying to put his guys out. I'm waiting to wipe the board. That might be a good time. What's he got up there? He's going to protect some stuff. You can keep one guy going. I got enough. I got enough, right? Let's see if he tries to protect somebody. We'll shoot that guy first. Gone! Gone! Now you gotta rebuild it again. Alright. Up to 5. This is a guy. 2. You're actually really cool. You're good. Why not? And we win. Oh, there you go. Winner, winner, victory, dinner. Playing against Galenstark. Three mana. Keep. Alright, interesting. We've been playing against so many stupid combo decks that playing against a mono red at this point, I'd like to see what's going to happen here. Temporary lockdown should be really good. There, if I get this one out, And I got a lot of options. Let's just let it go. Like, if he just goes crazy with Monastery Swiftsphere, we can get lost it. He's trying. He's trying to pump it. And again, I think I'm going to shoot something regardless. I'll go after the Spell Spear here in a second. He's out of mana. Alright, I'm down to 11. Overgrown Farm for 3. Oh, let's see. It's like he put more dudes out. It's the problem. Let's just do this. 1, 2. Alright, we need blue and black. And I got a chumper. There you go. More guys. And you got to land. Perfect. And you do it again? Whiff. 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 Pull another land. Nope, you got something. But you can't use it. Alright, so it doesn't matter who I block. I'm down to 9. Okay, we're going to have a guy we got to put up with. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. All I can do is keep these two guys off my back for a second. Oh, cool. The enchantment went goodbye. All right, that's big time, good time. Next turn I could get out the Armadillo. Hopefully he's just got Pump in his hand. No creatures. Shoot me for 4. Well, I'm taking some hits, though. Look at that, it's 520. Do I have any man lands? No, nothing like that. Here's my man land. Got to get it out, the Prairie Llama. Jesus! It's 4 to me, 1 to it, man. There's nothing else you could do. Alright, get out there, llama. Alright, here we go. So, if you can't shoot me in the face, I can win. You either got it or you don't, man. I don't know what you're playing. You got one card that I don't know, and that's it. What is this card right there? You gonna rope me and touch your cat? There we go. At least it didn't hiss at me. There we go. Send him in. Alright, it's 14 right to ya. Next. Boom, boom. Goes the room. Victory! Alright, we're playing against rafzic. Keep. Now shut the dog up. Night-night. Oh, we got a lot of depopulates going on, don't we? I think we're seeing some dinosaur Gruul. All right, number 4. Let's go get ourselves something. Probably a black mana. Oh, and this is the kind we have to do with. All right, fine. Let's I'll just take the land. That's fine. Alright, so if we get out a bunch of dinosaurs, we can wipe these playing dragons, huh? Alright, 10 for lockdown. Not going to do us much good. What's the cost? 4 to put out. Alright, next. And... come on. You can try to flash out a dragon on me? Sweet googly people. Should I try to attack them? I just don't want to bother losing my mana is the problem. I got to build up to 7 at this point. Shoot me in the face. We're at 5. We still need to get a hold of a black mana somehow. Alright, I can't believe I just wasted... I don't want to sit there and be attacked by that thing. These things are expensive. And they're gone. And that's it. He keeps putting out big things. Timber lockdowns aren't going to do anything for us. We got 6. We need 7. Hopefully we'll pick up a fast man on this next turn. Come on, whip out. Make it 5 lands. Alright, there we go. It did work out. Black mana. There we are. Might get rid of it, but what's the point at this point? Alright, he's got 1 creature. Alright, he's just going to play all that. Okay. Should I say it again? 5 lands! Did I get to it too late? There we go. Terror of the Peaks. One, 2, get a little vaulty, another depopulate, and a land. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lockdown. That's what's going to do it. Only have to get rid of 1. All right. Put a couple guys out. I'm just going to depopulate. All right, that's a bunch of life for me. You want to pull them from the graveyard or something? Oh, just enough, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I want to put the 7s out so badly. Let's put on Titan of Industry. Alright, let us shield counter. Let's destroy target art and enchantment. There we go. Will he block? That is the question. I mean, all he gets out of his treasures, pretty much. Alright, we got Get Lost, and we have the ability to keep our dudes alive. Should we be mean and just depopulate? Alright, they're gone. My dudes lived. And we win! In your face, Charlie Brown! In your face! Alright, we're playing against meservnj. Alright, 3 mana. That's good. It's a good start. Because mana, keep. Nope. Alright, number 2. How dare you shoot me in the face? You, sir, are a jerk. A complete knee biter. Alright, let's go for... Do I got enough white? I do. Let's go for the black and blue. We're going to get an Atraxa at some point. We'll need black and blue. Go get the black. We're solid there, Yoko. No attacking. What do we got in here? Nothing? Alright. Alright, I'm going to be doing some depopulating here in a second. I need to get myself up to 7. That's the problem. So we have to sacrifice that so we can go get ourselves something else. I don't think we need red in this deck. It's there for some reason. All right. There we go. And let's go for the attack. Let's pretend we're going to do something. If you try to block it, there we go. And depopulate. Topiary Stomper. Stomp, a chewy chomp. Alright, let's go for green. Alright, so the question is Vaultborn Tyrant or Titan of Industry? He's got 4 mana. Let's go Vaultborn Tyrant. Draw a card. Nicely done. All right. You try and be tricksy. And we have to be able to keep them alive. You pumped it. What does this thing do? I'm got plenty of life. It's fine. All right, here we go. 7 more. 2 to keep everything alive. Let's go ahead and should we do anything? Let's gain 5 life. Let's put out a shield counter. Oh, there you go. Keep me the 5. Yep. And guy. All right, lots of things I could do for 2 mana. That is fantastic. Let's set this guy to the side. These are my action cards. All right, I got lethal. There we go. That's potty pants for you. Victory! All right, so here we are with Alessandro Guerri's Surprise deck. Surprise! And it was a good deck. It was really good. I really liked it quite a bit. Why did I like it? What I liked about it was that when you get up to a certain level, you're ramping, and then you control with Depopulate and Temporary Lockdown. And then eventually you start slamming down the big dudes. And it has its own agenda. It works at its own level. It's not the most flexible deck. You know, if people are playing the right combos, you really can't do anything about it. And the game's pretty much over. But, yeah, it works well the vast majority of the time. I'd say it's like a 50% deck. You know, it depends on who you're playing against. It either works or it doesn't. But you do get to play, and that's pretty good. The weirdest thing about it to me was that we seemed to get lots of time to get up to 7 mana. And, sure, we had a little bit of ramp, but it didn't feel like I was getting extra cards out. It seemed like I just was guaranteed to get, 1 card per turn. There was a little bit where I got to put a couple extras out. So maybe I was getting to 7 mana by turn 5 or something. I felt like I was playing forever to get to the point where I can actually start playing my cards. Still, it held out pretty well. Against the decks I was playing against, it did good. So, yeah, it was a good deck. Let's see, who is the MVP? Who is the most valuable player? Probably the Spinewoods Armadillo. That would be the one that I would call the most valuable player. Why? Because it is super value. The reason why, number one, in this deck, it costs 6, which made it cheap to put out. Cheap at 6, right? Because everything else was 7. Tyrant, Titan, Atraxa, 7, 7, 7, 7. And we didn't really have anything underneath 6. Not really when it came to creatures. Yeah, I could put out 1/1. I could put out a 3/3. Really, Topiary Stomper was pretty good, but he sits around until you have 7 mana, and he doesn't do anything. So he's like an anti-MVP, just because he looks like he should be good, but he doesn't do anything. So yeah, it's going to be the Spinewoods Armadillo. At 6, he was like the first creature I could potentially put out. And he has Reach and Ward 3. He was 7/7. He was great. And early on, if I was trying to do the whole ramp thing, I could, put him in the graveyard and go get whatever basic land I want, put in my hand, and gain 3 life. So yeah, altogether, he was great as far as being a good ramper. We had the ability to do a little bit of graveyard recursion with the Smuggler's Surprise. Because for, 6 mana, you could take 2 creatures from your hand into the battlefield. Oh, I thought that was the other way around. Well, no, then nothing. I don't know. But anyways, this guy's got a lot of value to him. He provides you with a lot of options, and that's a good thing to have in a deck. All right, so there we go. MVP, Spinewoods Armadillo. You're going to Disneyland. Number 1. Because that's all just pre-talk. I should probably call that number one so far. So let's see. Number one is this deck competitive? Yes, I'm going to say it's competitive enough. It's like in the 50% range. The deal is that I played a lot of games with this, trying to just get up to 5 games I can play or I could record. And and I also jumped back and forth between the play queue and the ranked queue. It did fairly well in the ranked queue, just that I'm doing so well right now, I don't want to lose anymore. And this thing was kind of a 50% deck. So I just hated seeing my stuff get lost. I jumped back over to the play queue so I can wrap things up. I don't really have a good handle on it, but, according to UntapGG, this thing's got 67%. Let's see, is that true? Let me just refresh it here real quick. Nope, it says 43%. Yeah, so it's a 50% deck. Let's just call it that. It's only 43 because I ended up on a loss. No, I didn't. I just ended up with more losses there before I got that last win. So yeah, it's around a 50%. Every other game you probably end up winning is something a lot like that. As I said, it's a good deck. It runs on its own agenda. It's not flexible. That's the biggest problem. What we consider flexible is depopulate, meaning no matter what they put out, you just blow the board. But there's a lot of people who can recover from that quickly. And what are you going to do? Well, guess what? We're going to depopulate again. Well, guess what? They just recover quickly again. So it doesn't really matter. Or they're not playing with creatures. They're playing Bombard or something. This deck doesn't have answers for that stuff. You can't really do anything about enchantments. You got 4 get lost, but that's only 4 out of a 60 card deck. Well, a 61 card deck. So, like I said, it has its own play. It's trying to play. It doesn't have a lot of control over other people's stuff. All right, was this deck fun? Yeah, for the most part. I have a hard time calling ramp decks fun because you're not doing anything in the first, 3 turns or something. You're just ramping, right? You're just looking for mana. And this deck, this feels like you're just clicking on the clock. Tick, tick, tick. I'm gotten up to 6 mana. What do I want to do next? I want to put out a 7th mana. Why? Because in your hand, all you got is 7 mana stuff at some point. So that's what I don't like about decks like this, is that they do not have a lot of fun early on. Once you get up to 7 mana, this deck starts rocking really hard, and it's really cool that way. Being able to kind of do a little bit of control early, sure, that's a little fun, but it's just clearing the board to wipe out anything that's getting in your way. I also find that to be a little boring as well. Still, this is a perfectly valid deck. It does what it wants. It's ramp, it's board wipe, and big gigantic dudes. And that's super cool. So was it fun? I'm going to say it was all right. It was all right. Well, lastly, was this deck interesting? Let's see. Are we playing new cards? Yeah, we are. We're playing a lot of things from Thunder Junction. Are we playing... for some reason, I still think Temporary Lockdown is an interesting card. I like it. I love Vaultborn Tyrant. I love Titan of Industry. The one card that just bores the hell out of me, Atraxa Grand Unifier. Just kills me. And I almost didn't want to play this deck because Atraxa was in here. But you know what? You didn't really need Atraxa. This deck did really good otherwise without Atraxa. I would almost see, hey, is there anything else in the green and white category you can play? Just make this into a nice Selesnya deck. Something big, something hairy. I don't know, a Super Angel or something. What is it, the Legion Angel? That would be kind of cool to a certain degree. Atraxa, of course, is so incredibly cool. But then again, it's not like we're discovering anything. It's not like extra stuff is sliding into the battlefield like we put out in a Tali or something. That would be super cool. I don't know, I'd have to take a look around, see if we can find something else to replace Atraxa for. Atraxa is great. You can go get what you want. You got 7 to put out. Everything else costs 7. You go pick up some Titan of Industry or Vaultborn Tyrant or something. Maybe some more Depopulates. It's a showcase showdown, man. That's what you get to do. But still, it was okay. I liked the deck. I thought it was interesting. I didn't like Atraxa. And that's just a prejudice on my part. All right, so let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Not really. Enough to play. Was this deck fun? It was fun, but you had to make it to 7 mana, and that's a long way to go. Was this deck interesting? Yeah, it had a lot of new cards in it. It was a lot of focus on ramp, but it was still cool. There was some interest there. Atraxa takes away a lot of it from me. But other than that, I'd say still it was midland. It was still okay. So as you can see, it was okay competitive, and it was okay for the other, and it was okay for the other after that. I'm going to give this deck an A-. It's a perfectly cromulent deck to play. A-. It's just that it's kind of slow, and it's got Atraxa in it. So I'd like to see something maybe a little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun. All right, A-. I gotta say, Alessandro, thank you so much for providing this deck. It was fun to play. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you guys have as much fun with it as I did. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.